Americans. And even if you're not a member of a union, heck, even if you're, not a Democrat, if you're somebody who's not really politically affiliated at all Americans are impacted or affected by it. You know how many people have been delayed, have their flights delayed and so forth because of the air traffic controller situation? That is an issue as well. So the more that this goes on, the more that this drags on, this becomes not a political issue per se, but this is an issue that is impacting many, many Americans. You don't have to lose your SNAP benefits to care about this because your life could be impacted again if, you want to fly and your flights are delayed. Lord help us if there's some sort of an accident because the air traffic controllers are having to call in sick and so forth. There was the CEO of United Airlines actually blistered the Democrats. This is what he had to say. And again, he makes a lot of sense.
Really thanking the professionals, the air traffic controllers, the folks at the TSA, also the FAA, the people in management. They're working hard. They are keeping the skies safe. They've minimized delays. Fewer than 2% of flights have been delayed so far because of air traffic control shortages. So they've done a great job. But it's putting stress on people. It's not fair to those people. It's also putting stress on the economy. The first couple of weeks this had no impact on the economy, but as every day goes by, the impacts start to grow. And airlines are a pretty good real-time indicator of the economy, and we start to see still minor, but steep booking impact, and you see that happening in the economy. We put the whole economy at risk. And so it's been 30 days, and while I don't have a position on which partisan side and how things should be settled with healthcare, it has been 30 days. I also think it is time to pass a clean CR, use that as the opportunity to get into a room behind closed doors and negotiate hard on the real and substantive issues that the American people want our politicians on both sides of the aisle to solve. But let's get a clean CR and get that negotiation done.
And that is Scott Kirby, United Airlines CEO. So it seems like the Republicans getting really good, obviously, these days with J.D. Vance and President Trump, of course, and Caroline Leavitt. Republicans getting really good at messaging. And I think that that is also one of the things that Donald Trump has done and done so well. And passing that baton over to J.D. Vance is that they're doing incredibly well at messaging. Yesterday's press conference, where they have the head of the Teamsters Union, they've got the head of the United Airlines, the CEO there, Scott Kirby, really turning the screws, putting the screws to the Democrats. And you heard Scott Kirby say, and you've heard me say this 1,000 times, all they have to do is pass the CR, and this is a spending bill that they've passed time and time again before. All they have to do is pass it to get the negotiations going again. There was a headline that scared the living crap out of me that I saw this morning that is associated with exactly what we're talking about. Details straight ahead, 7:16. Time to check the roads on WTN. At 7:17, as far as your weather goes, plenty of sunshine today. Dress warmly, trick-or-treating tonight. High of 60, going to feel like 59, getting down into the 40s tonight. It's going to get dark about 5:55 this evening or this afternoon, and going to have similar weather throughout the weekend with a chance of showers on Saturday. This is the headline that scared the living crap out of me. U.S. is on the verge of a slew of plane crashes as shutdown closes major airports and stretches safety to the breaking point. That is, of course, the Daily Mail. We had ground stops in New Jersey, Boston, L.A., a couple of airports in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. Almost 4,500 flights were delayed just yesterday. This is from the article. Now, experts warn that the ongoing government shutdown risks triggering a safety spiral as already short-staffed air traffic controllers call out sick after 5 weeks without a paycheck. The shutdown increases both fatigue and stress. Therefore, the likelihood of human error increases, says Randy Klatt of the Foundation for Aviation Safety, telling the Daily Mail. Near misses become more likely, as do disasters. I've got audio, not video. So yesterday we had Doug Crulin on, who is the president and CEO of BNA. He was talking about this shutdown, and he told me again yesterday that BNA has been impacted by the shutdown, but not nearly as bad as other cities. And here is what Doug Crulin had to say.
We had one challenge, I think it was October 17th for a little bit, but normally we do 50 airplanes an hour coming in and out of here, about 20 hours a day. And when we had a challenge with the FAA filling out their staff in the afternoon, they had to reduce from 50 an hour to 20 an hour. So that delays the flights arriving and departing in and out of here, and it causes the airport authority a congestion issue at that time. We had one challenge, I think it was October 17th for a little bit, but normally we do 50 airplanes an hour.
Yep, and he said that, no major delays as of yet with BNA, but you never know what's going to happen. This article, by the way, points out that a number of things are happening because you do have some people criticizing the air traffic controllers for putting public safety at risk by calling in sick. That's what some people are saying.
It's also,
but I'm having computer issues in here. Sorry, folks. But you got to remember this for the air traffic controllers, because people are saying that, they're putting the public at risk by calling in sick. They got a partial paycheck back on October 14th, only a partial paycheck. They missed their full paycheck 3 days ago. Now, when they call in sick, they may actually be simply working a side job, right? Like DoorDash or driving Lyft or Uber to pay the bills. So that might be what the problem is with the air traffic controllers calling in sick. And, for those folks, they're having a rough time. A lot of people are having a rough time. So realize, and again, I know that Republicans are maybe perhaps belaboring the point, but the Democrats are using your safety, as they have said many times, as leverage against the Republicans. And because they're doing that, Lord help us if there ultimately ends up being some sort of an air disaster because the Democrats would not reopen the government. Isn't that scary? And all the Democrats can say for themselves is, well, yeah, but we don't want to lose that leverage. It is unbelievable. It is. 721 on Nashville's Morning News on Super Talk 99.7 WTN. The Super Text line is open at 615-737-9986, 615-737-WWTN. Joan Jones has the news coming up at 7:30. Joan.
Yeah, the local school bathroom that's got parents flushing mad. And while you may not... Did
nice.
You like that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah.
Well, you know why that is, Joan?
Why is that, Dan?
Because they're watching their tax dollars go down the crapper.
Perfect. Mm-hmm. Just perfect. We'll also tell you why you may not be able to watch Vandy football this weekend. Those stories coming up here 7:30 on Super Talk 99.7 WTN.
Get in, buckle up, and listen anytime on your favorite podcast platform.
USS, United Structural Systems. I've been telling you for years about USS. I was a customer before I was an endorser. They helped me with waterproofing. They can help you with waterproofing, concrete leveling, foundation repair, to name just a few. Now, United Structural Systems, USS, this is a great company. Again, they've helped me several times with my home. That is why I proudly endorse them. Now, I'm one of 30,000 satisfied customers. Now, one recent review on Google, guy says at USS, they were highly professional. The crew was phenomenal from start to finish. They treated his home as if they were working on their own. And he does give United Structural Systems 5 stars all the way. USS, they're not going to charge you for any unnecessary repairs, and you won't pay a dime until the work is done and you're a satisfied customer. And yeah, they can help you with basement and crawl space waterproofing, basement wall stabilization, foundation repair. Go to their website. It's USSTN.com. They've got a whole menu of things they can help you with. We guarantee our best. Call USS. Tell them Dan told you to reach out. 615-488-7855. 615-488-7855. USSTN.com.
Congressman, can you hear me? All right, Sam Rutherford here. I've got everything set up. We're going to be going to news here in a minute, and we'll be coming back to you after that commercial break, so you've got a few minutes. Love it when we have a sense of humor.
I'm going to give Joan. I'm going to give Sam revoke his
Ability? Yeah.
music picking privileges.
Sam, was this 1940?
Yeah, I don't know what this is, but you know what? I gave him way too much freedom today, and when you abuse your freedom,
we've got
Sam,
probably more about
then they end up getting taken away.
8 minutes.
I'm just going to tell you that. Hey, by the way, very quickly, apparently we're having some problems with the YouTube chat.
Oh, really?
Yeah, at least we did earlier. People are hitting me up on the super text line and telling me the Super Talk YouTube chat was out. So, and that is a very big deal for the people that watch YouTube chat because they have so much fun in the chat. And apparently the chat line, although it looks like it's working now, I just came in and said hello. And, so if you want to watch us on YouTube and chat in the YouTube chat while you watch, feel free. And you can also watch us not only on YouTube. Make sure you hit like, make sure you hit subscribe, make sure that you participate in the chat, and you too can, talk about, how silly I'm dressed or how brilliant Joan is, and, all of those kinds of things about how Sam has a much better voice than the host. All of those things that people say in the YouTube chat. So like and subscribe if you would. You can also, if it's later on in the day and you missed something, I personally believe that my 5 o'clock hour is the best hour of the 4. You can go back and listen to the 5 o'clock. We had a good time in the 5 o'clock hour today.
Oh, we did.
Matter of fact. So if you missed the 5, go back and watch it another time later on in the day because we actually have a lot of fun in the 5 o'clock hour. And certainly today is no exception. Okay. We are going to have Congressman Scott Desjardins, and that is coming up next on Super Talk 99.7 WTN.
Good morning, now 7:30, and I'm Joan Jones with your top stories. The government shutdown poised to enter the month of November now, which means the end of SNAP benefits and another skipped paycheck for federal workers. Tennessee Governor Bill Lee has announced the launch of a website which Tennesseans can go to for some help.
If you live in Tennessee, you can access feedtn.org to get help. The site offers a quick way to locate nearby food banks, donation centers, and volunteer opportunities. More than 300 community groups are working together to provide emergency assistance. And for additional help, call 211 or visit your local food bank online. Ken Weaver, WTN News.
Now, I've got a link to the feedtn.org website on my X account. I'm at Joan Jones, WTN. Another questionable decision from one Metro school leader. Here's Channel 4's Lauren Lowry.
We confirmed Dr. Adrienne Battle's office suite was remodeled for $165,000. It comes after the district had just paid out $6.5 million to settle a lawsuit against Battle brought by 5 former administrators. Now, as part of that remodel, a brand new personal bathroom was built for the superintendent.
And Channel 4 is also saying there is a women's bathroom right outside the superintendent's office door. If you're trying to watch Vanderbilt football this weekend, you won't be able to see the game on YouTube TV. All of Disney's TV channels have been blacked out, including ABC and the ESPN family of networks, after both sides couldn't come to a contract agreement. Now, the Vanderbilt-Texas game is set to kick off tomorrow at 11 a.m. on ABC. You can use a TV antenna and pick up WKRN, that's Channel 2 here in Nashville. The Tennessean also suggests using Fubo, which has a 7-day free trial for new subscribers. Fubo has an unlimited ESPN bundle. That is the latest news, traffic, and weather next. I'm Joan Jones, WTN News.
Thank you, Joan. 7:32 on Nashville's Morning News. Dan Mandis here with a great way to increase the value of your home with my friends at Zentex. How about a bathroom upgrade from Zentex, a great company that has a great deal just for listeners to my show? How about converting your bathtub into a walk-in shower? Now, Zentex, they can do that for you. And for listeners to my show, you can get $999 off or 0% interest for 2 years. Whatever works best for you. My friends at Zentex, they are always looking out for you and your family. You know, they've won awards for ethics from the Better Business Bureau. And last year, Zentex was voted one of the best places to work in the construction industry. And happy employees mean great customer service. So upgrade that bathroom and upgrade the value of your home. And remember that great deal with Zentex. You can get $999 off or 0% interest for 2 years, whatever works best for you. And you mentioned WTN, you get a free Kohler toilet with your purchase. You can find them online, Zintex, always mention me. Zentex.com, Zintex, Zentex.com. $7:33, Nashville's Morning News on Super Talk. Dan Mandis here for my friends at DT McCall's. Like many of the people or the businesses that I endorse, I was a customer before I was an endorser. That does go for DT McCall's, a great Tennessee company. They've been here for their fellow Tennesseans with great selection, pricing, and value for 4 generations. Now, if you need indoor furniture, if you need appliances, if you need anything for your garage, go to DT McCall's. If you've got a room to fill, this is the place to go. If you need an appliance, if it plugs in, they've got it. And again, at DT McCall's, they've always got specials going on to save you money. What I do, just from personal experience, whenever I've got, an appliance that goes out, or if I know that I need some furniture for the house, I just go to dtmccalls.com. Right there on the front page, you're going to see all the best brands at all the best prices and all the best selection. They've been doing this for over 100 years with a focus on customer service. And if you buy it, they'll deliver it for free and haul away the old stuff. 5 locations across Middle Tennessee: Carthage, Cookeville, Lebanon, Lafayette, Franklin. Always online, dtmccalls.com.
Selling your home can be stressful, but it doesn't have to be. Get a guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate. There are no showings, no open houses, no stress. Work with the #1 real estate team in the U.S. and close with confidence. Go to markspain.com today.
Okay, on 840 in the southbound lanes in Murfreesboro, south of Sulphur Springs Road, you've got stop-and-go traffic from Jefferson Pike up to exit 57 there. It's a crash, and the through lanes are blocked off by it. Drivers are passing by this on the shoulder. Couple of accidents on 24 westbound, one at Hickory Hollow Parkway, the other at Harding Place, and also on 65 in the southbound lanes at Talbot's Corner just before I-24. Watch for a crash there. Traffic every 10 minutes every morning on Super Talk 99.7 WTN.
$7:37, Nashville's Morning News on Super Talk 99.7 WTN. Congressman Scott DesJarlais is joining us on the, Newsmaker hotline, I guess. We're trying to something new today, Congressman. We've actually, for people watching the stream, we've actually got you on Zoom as well. So appreciate you joining us in this little experiment on WTN. How are you?
I'm doing good. Had to do my hair, makeup. So, yeah.
The whole thing, had to do your hair, did you?
Yeah.
You use a skull shaver with that noggin of yours like I do?
I do. I have both. Yeah.
There you go. All right. So real quick, there's a lot going on. One of the things, and we've kind of been debating this here
Well,
on.
first of all, Dan, how do I get a Dan Mandis toilet? I was listening to your ads, and I thought that'd be really fun to have a Dan Mandis toilet.
You know what? It is so classic that Zentex, so appropriate that Zentex is giving away a toilet with a purchase because, you know, when you think of Dan Mandis in Nashville's Morning News.
I need to go take a Dan.
Yes, that's what you need to do. Did you just hear what Scott Desjardins said to me? I don't know if I like this whole Zoom thing.
Oh, okay. Well,
very funny,
I can't
very
see
funny.
You, so it's not fair.
Go take a Dan. That's classic. All right, real quickly. So, couple of things. Trump is talking about getting rid of the filibuster. Now, we've been talking about this morning on WTN. I don't know. What do you think? There's positives and negatives. Trump wants the CR passed and the government reopened, and he's saying, Republicans, get rid of the filibuster. Let's go. What do you think?
I think it's a bad idea. I think we end up with Puerto Rico as a state with 2 senators, D.C. as a state with 2 senators. I think we end up with 5 more Supreme Court judges. I think the Democrats just need to do the right thing, the same thing they did 13 times under Biden, and vote for a clean CR, and all this goes away.
Are you hearing anything, Congressman Scott Desjardins, are you hearing anything of backdoor negotiations, shadow negotiations?
I'm hearing some wobbly knees with several Democrats, and they know that this is a farce. Okay, the whole Medicare ruse or Medicaid ruse that we're letting people die. That this tax subsidy that Biden started during COVID is expiring, and people are literally dying. I'm hearing that from several members of the Democrats. That was their baby. They put that in the Inflation Reduction Act. It had an expiration date of this year. They knew that. They were in control up until 10 months ago. They could have made that permanent, but they wanted that 400 and some billion to use on their own priorities. They're just taking advantage to use it to attack us, hoping that it sticks to us. And then now that food stamps or SNAP is expiring, they're trying to blame us for starving women and children. And basically, they've admitted they're negotiating because it's their only leverage to try to claw back things that they didn't like in the big, beautiful bill. And as Obama so eloquently put it, elections have consequences. We elected President Trump to do a job to get the economy back in order, to shut the border, to stop the nonsense that we went through the prior 4 years. They're unhappy. They have Trump derangement syndrome, and so they've shut down the government. They've marched themselves into a blind alley. They have no negotiation leverage, and they're just hoping that this somehow sticks to Republicans, and they're willing to let Americans suffer. They're willing to let people go hungry, military not be paid, air traffic controllers not be paid. And I think that they're realizing that this isn't going to work. We did this in 2018 trying to repeal Obamacare. For 18 days, we sat there in our blind alley, and there's no way Obama was going to undo his signature legislation, and we had to come out with our tail between our legs. They need to come out with their tail between their legs, reopen the government, stop this nonsense. But yeah, I do think I have heard several different Democrats, the guy from Vermont, he was in the House, can't think of his name, but several others are getting pressure, and that pressure is going to ramp up tomorrow, the next day. I think by early next week, we get our Democrats we need to pass the CR.
Well, you, Congressman Scott Desjardins joining us, you hit the nail on the head. Their new phrase is weaponizing hunger. I mean, come on.
Yeah, it's absolutely ridiculous. And who's weaponizing it? They are. Yep. They're wanting to get $1.5 trillion of their priorities put back to a continuing resolution, which, I mean, that's like a budget. And a continuing resolution, for the listeners that don't talk DC swamp, is just continuing the spending at the previous level. And that's what you do until you decide how you're going to spend the money. It's our job to do that. And we're supposed to be doing that all month. And we're supposed to be working with the appropriators. They're still working on it. But a clean CR just means we spend at the levels that were frankly set under Biden, which were too high. We clawed a bunch of things back in the big, beautiful bill. They're upset about that. And so they're trying to negotiate on this short-term CR, which only goes through November 20th, by the way. So we've already, I think we did it September 19th. We're going to need to do this again sooner than later. And we're probably looking at a CR sometime into next year now. And, they're just, I honestly don't know what they're trying to do. The fact they voted for a CR back in March. Schumer got enough people. He took a lot of heat. He's afraid he's going to get primaried by AOC. And the liberal left is holding the Democratic Party hostage. and they need to stop the nonsense and just open the government. Everything that everyone's been talking about goes away today if they go to the floor of the Senate and just reopen the government. That's all they have to do. We don't need to negotiate with them because we're in the right, they're in the wrong, they know it, and they're just doing everything they can to put the blame on Republicans, and I don't think it's working.
Congressman, let me ask you this. You, of course, everyone knows you're also a medical doctor, and this has come up in the last couple of days where, there's a lot of fraud within the whole SNAP benefits, EBT cards, and the whole thing. And there's a lot of folks that are on the socials, on TikTok and such, where they've got all of this really crappy food in their basket. I mean, you're talking about cookies and crackers and, Fruit Loops and all that kind of stuff. As a medical doctor, is there anything that we can do or can be done, or maybe is being done, and I don't know, to force these folks to, there's no other way to put this. I mean, you see the videos and they're screaming about how they're not going to have their EBT cards and all that, but they're obese. And so it brings up the conversation about, okay, so should these EBT cards, should they be mandated to buy actually healthier food?
Yeah, that argument's been going around and around forever. And, they do have some things that are SNAP eligible, some things that aren't. You'll notice every convenience store you go in has got some kind of semi-rotten fruit right by the counter. It's a banana, it's an apple, and it's an orange. And, that's the trick. You put an orange on the table, but it actually turns into a pack of cigarettes. It's a game that's played at almost any convenience store. And you get 100 people in a room and ask them if they've got an example of witnessing SNAP fraud, and about every hand goes up because we've all seen it. You may be behind the person in the grocery line at the checkout counter, and you see all the things going on. So there's no question there's fraud, and they've lied for years that, the rate of fraud is 3%. Well, we dug deeper this year, and then it was 7%, then it's 25%. And then, as you saw, I just wrote a letter to Secretary Rollins, the USDA, and Secretary Noem, DHS, trying to get some answers on how many of the 42 million, and it's actually more than 42 million, people who are on SNAP are actually Americans, how many are legal immigrants, how many are illegal immigrants, and no one will give you the answers. Anyone can go to ChatGPT and they can Google, can illegal immigrants get SNAP? The first thing that comes up is no, but then keep reading. And as you read, you get into the things that I'm questioning in the letter. You get into the exceptions, and there's 11. And the top 2 is if you're 18 or under, you automatically qualify. If you're an asylum seeker or you get asylum, you automatically qualify. And not to keep going, but like the 50,000 refugees he brought in from Haiti, he being Biden, automatically qualify. So out of the 20 million people that crossed the southern border during the last 4 years of Biden administration, how many were children? I'm asking that question because they all qualify for SNAP. So Americans who need SNAP or food stamps are going hungry while we're supplying people who are not even American citizens. And I'm going to do a similar letter on Medicaid and emergency care, because if you Google, can they get Medicaid or can they get health care? They say no, but keep reading because anyone that goes to the ER can't be turned away. So guess where they go? And there's fraud and abuse, and there's a lot of questions I've been trying to get answered for years now. I asked Vilsack, I've asked Secretary Rollins, I want numbers. I want to know how many people of the 42 million, because we're trying to write a 5-year farm bill, which only about 15% is farming, 85% is the SNAP program. And how do you do that without transparency and knowing where that money's going? And I don't think most Americans think that their tax dollars should go to non-citizens, and at very least, it should go to American citizens first.
Congressman Scott Desjardins is joining us. One of the things that I was talking to a friend earlier about this, and about how this might be one of those moments where more of the American people actually start realizing just how many people and who are receiving these SNAP benefits. And, to your point, once President Biden deemed a lot of those folks that came in here illegally as legally present, that does open the door for, a lot of that various, aid, if you will. And so let me know if they actually answer your questions. I doubt that they will. Go ahead.
I think maybe Rollins will, because I've asked her this in open hearings. I asked her earlier this year. They always come into a token hearing when they're new. And so in Ag Committee, I asked Vilsack, and what's funny is they'll give the same answer. No, you can't get these benefits if you're illegal. Then I held up their own handbook right front and center. These are the people that can get SNAP. And I said, is this wrong? He goes, no. And I said, so people do get SNAP that are non-citizens. Well, yeah, but there's exceptions. So in their mind, that doesn't make it illegal. That's the rules. And the rules need to be changed because, again, how many people that come into the country were under 18? Yeah, I'm going to guess 25%. And that's probably conservative. But of the 42 million receiving SNAP right now, I would love someone to prove me wrong that at least a quarter of those, if not more, are not American citizens. And so, yeah, I'll let you know if I get the answers. But this is something I've been working on for probably 5 years or more. And everyone that says they'll get back to me, but as usual in Washington fashion, they just put it at the bottom of the pile and ignore you.
Okay, real quick, I want folks to know, and Joan, you probably have this. FBI Director Kash Patel, this morning the FBI thwarted a potential terrorist attack and arrested multiple subjects in Michigan who were allegedly plotting a violent attack over Halloween weekend. More details to come, thanks to the men and women of the FBI and law enforcement everywhere, standing guard 24/7 and crushing our mission to defend the homeland. Very scary, and kudos to the FBI for that.
Yeah.
Congressman Desjardins, last question for me. President Trump has now called, and some people are saying that this was a surprise, swirling questions after Donald Trump's call to resume nuclear testing. Talk a little bit about that.
Well, we're the only ones playing by the rules. We've had these treaties, I guess it's the SALT treaty that's due to expire in 2026. You can't trust China. You can't trust Russia. They've been building secret weapons. They've been building weapons that don't fit under the treaty. China's not under a treaty, so they're doing whatever the heck they want. He announced that, we're still the best. We got the best weapons. Russia's second, China's third. But in 5 years, China will be equal or have as many nuclear weapons. And the point is, everybody else is doing it. We've been trying to follow the rules, and we're pretty confident in our nuclear arsenal. And so we don't really feel a need to test them. There's ways you can almost test, I'll call it AI, but it wasn't AI at the time, that we know that our weapons are viable. But, I mean, why let everybody else break the rules and say, well, we're going to be the good ones and not do that? So and I think it's just classic Trump fashion. You guys aren't playing by the rules. We're going to start testing again, and we're going to show you how strong we are. And that was a big part of his tour. And I think he was very successful in what he did on this trip through Asia. I think he's got Xi's attention. Putin, I don't know what we're going to do with him. Yeah. But at any rate, I think that let's have a level playing field, and that's all he's saying. You guys have been developing secret weapons and testing them. We're going to do the same thing.
All right, Congressman Scott Desjardins, appreciate you joining us. Real quick, what is your favorite Halloween candy?
I got to go with Snickers. Got
to go with Snickers. All right, very good. Are you guys doing anything for Halloween with your family today?
We're down here in a rural area in Sherwood, but all the family comes in, so we don't get just trick or treaters that come to the front door. They come and stay, and so we got a big pot of chili, and so people sit around and eat and socialize, and I guess that's the advantage of living in a rural area. It's a little more personal.
Nice. Well, you have a good time, and we'll talk to you again soon.
All right.
It is 7:51 on Super Talk 99.7 WTN. All right, so that was on Zoom. Did everything work well? That was the first time that we've done Zoom. So you know what's going on with me and Chris Hand, Joan?
Yeah, a little contest, I think.
So,
yes?
Yeah, a little bit of contest here between Chris and I. So Chris raised the ante yesterday because he had Senator Marsha Blackburn on via Zoom. And I'm like, dang Chris Hand, man. So I immediately got Sam on the phone, and I said, Sam, we got to get somebody on via Zoom today. It has got to happen today. And congratulations, Sam, you did it. Nice job.
It's a good thing we use Google Meets.
Yeah, whatever. As opposed to Google Vegetables, which would never work.
Dan!
Wow.
Dan,
wow.
that was funny.
Was it fun? I think
Dan made a funny joke.
I think the congressman would be in support of putting those Google Vegetables on the SNAP benefits program.
Did you hear what he said, Joan?
About
the toilet?
Oh, no, I didn't hear him.
You did? Did you? Have you been able to pull that yet, Sam?
I will. We'll play it in the 8 o'clock hour.
Okay. if you missed that little thing that Scott Desjardins did to yours truly, like it was very subtle. We're gonna play it. We'll do it during the crisscross handoff because Sam is gonna pull it. It was very funny, and he just like snuck it right in there. I mean, if you're watching on Super Talk TV, I dang near fell out of my chair because that was very un-Scott Desjardins like. But I absolutely, because I love when people make fun of me. So it was great. Just shocking.
We have some very comical representatives in this state.
Tim Burchett. He has released a video. I don't know if you've seen this, Joan. Congressman Tim Burchett has released a video of him skateboarding around the Capitol.
Oh, did you see him also dining in the East Wing?
No.
It was a Waffle House.
Yeah, it was at Waffle House, but he said it was at the East Wing.
Oh.
His last meal at the East Wing.
And his meal was
pretty
fit for
funny.
a king.
Yeah.
See, you gotta love Tim Burchett. All right, very good. It is 7:54. Nashville's Morning News on Super Talk 99.7 WTN. Oh, no, that's me. I'm hearing me, and I looked at the camera to make sure that everything was going right, and I don't need to hear myself on delay. Joan, what's coming up in the news?
Well, we're going to have a little bit more information about that FBI bust this morning. The FBI saying that they broke up a terrorist plot, an attack that was planned for this weekend. I've got a few details, but there's not very much this morning. I'll let you know what's going on coming up here at 8 o'clock on Super Talk 99.7 WTN.
Details are sketchy, Joan.
Details are sketchy, Dan. So are some other people and things around here.
Sam. But what I can bet you, though, the details are sketchy, but I can guarantee you that the details are sketch-y.
I liked the meat and vegetables joke much better.
All right, moving right along. You know what? 9 o'clock can't come soon enough for us or the listeners. Dan Mandis here talking about my friends at the Govt store now for the last couple of weeks. You've heard me talk about booking your holiday party at the Govt store. Well, now I am actually inviting you to a party at the Govt store. Now, this year, Govt store, they are going to blow the doors off of every Black Friday sale that you have ever been to. As a matter of fact, it is going to be more like a party than a sale. Now, the details, they're just putting this together now, but from what I can tell, I'm thinking they're going to have some huge discounts on everything, including, of course, clocks, a ton of giveaways, great food trucks, maybe some live music, and again, a huge amount of giveaways. Now, did I mention tons of giveaways? Well, it's because at the Govt store, nobody does giveaways like at the Govt store. Now, here's what I'm talking about. Just a couple of Saturdays ago, during Vortex Day, they gave away over $10,000 worth of the latest and greatest optics from Vortex just for dropping by. And from what I'm being told, the Govt store Black Friday celebration is going to blow the Vortex party away. So check them out, Black Friday. That's the Black Friday celebration at the one and only Govt store. Minutes from the airport and worth the drive from anywhere, especially on Black Friday. Check them out, shoot270.com.
Good morning now, 8 o'clock, and I'm Joan Jones with your top stories. The FBI has busted a terrorist plot. They say a violent attack that was planned over the holiday weekend in Michigan. FBI Director Kash Patel making that announcement on social media this morning. Now, details about the suspects and their plans, that's still not available this morning. But I checked out Dearborn, Michigan's police post on Facebook. This morning, it said that they're aware of FBI operations in the city early this morning, saying that they want to assure residents that there's no threat to the community at this time. That's Dearborn, Michigan. We'll have more on this as the details become available. SNAP benefits come to an end tomorrow, and the Senate has already adjourned until next week, so there's no vote on it today. Now, a judge is hearing arguments from several states that are demanding that emergency funds be used to keep the programs going. But Republicans have argued it's not that easy.
The judge dismissing the administration's explanation, saying, I want agency action, not lawyering. We're not going to make everyone drop dead. The judge could compel the administration to release the funds, but whether the Trump administration will comply remains to be seen. And even if it does, the emergency funding available would still fall short of the monthly SNAP payouts.
ABC's Nicole D'Antonio there. Meantime, Republican Congressman Randy Fine of Florida is introducing legislation when Congress reconvenes that would prohibit welfare of any form from going to non-citizens, and that would include food stamps, Medicaid, Section 8 housing, and cash assistance. In a post on X, he said, if you want free stuff, go home. Fine has already introduced a bill that would ban anyone with dual or foreign citizenship from being elected to Congress. Hearing loud explosions? Well, there's a reason for that. Here's Channel 4's Amanda Hara.
It's part of work on the Music City Loop project. There's going to be rolling roadblocks at 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. on Rosa L. Parks Boulevard between Reverend Kelly Smith Way and Nelson Mary Street.
And those roadblocks should only last about 5 minutes, but the blasting is causing some problems. During morning blasting on Thursday, several people rushed out from nearby office buildings. Many of them were telling News 2 that they were not notified of the blasting, and they were in shock. They said they were in a meeting when they heard a boom, and then employees ran around the building making sure everyone was okay. Some came outside out of fear. Now, News 2 says it reached out to the Boring Company for comment about that project, and as of this morning, they had not heard a response from the Boring Company. Market Numbers Report brought to you by Beacon Capital Management, online at beaconcm.com. We've got about a half hour to go before trading begins on Wall Street, but the Dow futures are up 85 right now. NASDAQ futures, they're gaining 344. S&P futures are plus 54 points. That's the latest news. Traffic and weather next. I'm Joan Jones, WTN News. 24 West in Antioch this morning at Hickory Hollow Parkway. There is a crash, and it's over to the right shoulder. Can't access the roadway in that area. There's also a crash in Antioch on Mount View Road at Crossings Boulevard and Church Street in Midtown at 19th Avenue, the scene of another crash. Traffic every 10 minutes, every morning on Super Talk 99.7 WTN.
.807. Nashville's Morning News on Super Talk 99.7 WTN. Super text line is open, 615-737-9986, 615-737 WWTN. Hillary Clinton apparently was on Morning Joe, and somebody has told me that I need to listen to this, so I'm going to. Do we have the video screen? Are we all ready to go with video? Okay, we have video screen as well. This is former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton talking about the division. By the way, this is fun with audio because Joan, I have not heard this yet.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure she didn't curse, though, but at least not on camera. But this is Hillary Clinton.
That raises a larger question. I mean, we have, and I include myself, we have got to stop demonizing each other.
Exactly.
Yeah. Now, I think most of that right now.
Wow. You know what?
Rich.
Okay, but hold on. At least, this is fun with audio, right? We react in real time. So at least she included herself in this.
She
I
said
wonder how much she demonizes Bill in private. I wonder if that's what she means
You're
too.
assuming they live in the same house.
Do you think they still live in the same house?
No.
Like, I bet you it's a big enough house that, they probably don't have to see each other.
I think she lives near Chelsea.
Oh,
and he's somewhere else.
Because Chelsea, I think, lives in more closer to D.C., I think, perhaps.
I think.
Yeah. Because she was a carpetbagger. When she ran for the Senate, it was like she buys that house in
New York.
In New York. And all of a sudden, oh, gee, I wonder if she's going to be running for Senate. And magically, there she appeared.
Was, yep.
So anyway, yeah, she says that we need to stop demonizing each other. So
that raises a larger question. I mean, we have, and I include myself, we have got to stop demonizing each other.
Exactly.
Yeah. Now, I think most of that right now in our country's history is coming, from the right, coming from people who want to dominate. They want their point of view.
Do you know what's so funny? So literally, she said, we have to stop demonizing each other. And Joan, 3 seconds later, she starts demonizing the right.
Right, exactly.
I mean, boy, that was a really quick U-turn,
Yes.
even for a woman.
Excuse me, I'm right here.
So the funny thing is, you listen to because remember, she's on Morning Joe. So everybody else on Morning Joe says, oh, right on. Yeah, we need to stop demonizing people. And then, I can assume the remaining 47 seconds of this is Hillary Clinton demonizing Republicans. Let's listen, shall we?
We have got to stop demonizing each other.
Exactly.
Yeah. Now, I think most of that right now in our country's history is coming, from the right, coming from people who want to dominate. They want their point of view. Writing out slavery from history, that doesn't make it go away.
That's not what the Republicans did.
Right.
That's not what the Republicans did. Stop it.
We have got to stop with the finger pointing and the scapegoating. We can have legitimate disagreements. Right? I mean, how do you provide quality, affordable health care to everybody? Let's figure that out. How do you deal with what's going to be
But wasn't it her party that brought in, I'm pretty sure it was. Wasn't it called like Obamacare?
Yeah.
And now, we talked about this. I think it was on when we started getting closer to the shutdown. But anybody want to talk about why buying health insurance on the exchanges is so expensive? It's because of Obamacare. And so we can talk about why do we need subsidies these days?
You
for
have
Obamacare?
to have them because
Because nobody
so
can afford
expensive.
it. Yeah, nobody can afford it.
And whose fault is that? It's not the Republicans.
It's called Obamacare for a reason.
Yeah.
Yeah, and to start with the foundation, the Democrats believe that health care is a right, implies that the people who went to school to get the training to provide treatment, their services are owed to you as if they are slaves and they don't have a choice.
Right. I mean, here's the thing, that the problems that the Democrats have, number one, is they think that it's the government's job to provide everything for everybody. That's how you grow that. I mean, we're talking about this with the food stamps. Let's make as many Americans dependent on the federal government as possible. And Republicans are the exact opposite, right? So when Obamacare comes in, remember, it's one of the biggest lies or political lies ever told, where you talk about, oh, if you like your doctor, you can keep your doctor. If you like your plan, you can keep your plan. It was a huge lie that was magnified and spoken over and over and over again by Barack Obama, the commander-in-chief, to the American people. And so if you want to talk about why it is so expensive, Hillary, well, we certainly can. It's because of your party's president. Now, does that mean that I'm demonizing the Democrats, or am I just speaking the flippant truth? I mean, sometimes the truth hurts, especially the American people, if they're trying to buy health care off the exchanges.
Disagreements.
Right.
I mean, how do you provide quality, affordable health care to everybody? Let's figure that out. How do you deal with what's going to be job loss from AI? Let's get working on that. You know, that's what we should be doing, but we should do it in the truth-based reality that we have to live in. You know, facts and evidence have to matter again. And then we can start having good debates. You know, when I was...
By the way,
my gosh.
By the way, the border was secure for 4 years under Biden.
Oh, and as far as facts go, I guess if you use a BleachBit software to erase them from your computer, you know, they
What
can't
facts?
be traced.
I was going to say, what facts?
33,000 emails just gone.
Don't forget the ball peen hammer. Shut up.
All right, very good.
She's so cute.
You know what? If it would be so offensive if it weren't so laughable. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like of all places to go.
Who's the tool who's talking to her, or that she's talking to?
Well, it's Morning Joe. So you've got Morning Joe,
right.
and you've got, Scarborough and Mika. Scarborough and Mika. So, you got enough.
They weren't challenging her. So that's the reason I asked, because they weren't challenging her, saying, hey, wait a minute, Hillary.
Well, Joan, you know that on Morning Joe, they've got enough tools to fill a shed.
Yeah. Oh,
Bingo.
yeah. Bingo.
It's 8:15. Time to check the roads on WTN. $8:15, Nashville's Morning News on Super Talk 99.7 WTN. Super Text line is open, 615-737-9986. Joan, do we know anything more about the terror attack that was thwarted by the FBI?
Nope. I'm still mining for information. Really haven't found anything yet.
Out of Michigan. And
I don't know if you heard the newscast that I did at 8 o'clock, but Dearborn, Michigan police.
Well, Dearborn. We all know what's going on in Dearborn.
Right. They're acknowledging that the FBI performed a raid in their city, and they're saying that there is no threat to residents at this time.
Because they arrested him, but who knows how many? Who knows how many others are out there? I mean, if this is like, I'm just going to say, right? Dearborn, Michigan, a lot of Muslims. If this was an arrest of a bunch of Muslims, then how do you know you got them all? because you know that they terrorize in packs. Let's see here. I pulled up the story on the Daily Mail.
Oh, good. Daily Mail is always ahead of time.
Oh, boy, they sure are, man. Just after arriving back on Thursday from a week-long trip through Asia, President Trump helped kick off, blah, blah, blah. Well, chilling Halloween terror plot to unleash chaos in Democrat-run state uncovered by the FBI. So I'm looking for the crux of the story. They say, while Michigan voted red in the 2024 presidential election, the state is run by a Democratic governor and Senate, but has a Republican House. Well, I guess that's all they have is the headline.
Yep.
Sam, why are you wearing your Titans? Sam, if you're watching on Super Talk TV, Sam came in. He did not wear the Batman onesie that we spoke about.
Praise the Lord.
I also realized I had to go to class later, and I was like, I probably shouldn't show up to college as an almost 30-year-old in a Batman onesie.
But what he is wearing is a what do you call that? A garbage bag, a grocery store bag.
Yeah.
And he's got a Titans logo on it. So tell me why it is that you're wearing that.
Because they are the scariest team to watch take the field, and I am a victim of their horrendous play.
You know what? That's okay, Sam, because the Democrats love victim status. You've just been elevated. Congratulations.
Oh, my gosh. Do I get my SNAP benefits now?
You go right on ahead. Honestly, you work at WTN. You're probably part of the working poor. You know what? How long before they just pull me off the air,
It
Joan?
won't be long. It won't be long at all.
Because I keep making jokes at the company's expense.
Should I just practice? Because I'll take over the show for you.
Even a sitting congressman had to weigh in about your free toilet giveaways.
Yeah, you know what? we're going to do that.
No. We're going to do that at 8:35 with during the crisscross. Scott Desjardins absolutely slam dunked on me during my interview with him, and I don't know if anybody actually caught it. Oh my goodness, though, I almost fell out of my chair. Almost as funny as Hillary Clinton actually saying, "Oh, we've got to just stop demonizing each other." Do you know what I think? Do you know what I think, though? I think that we do still need to demonize the Titans because they're doing awful.
Yes,
which is exactly why why Sam was wearing the Titans bag over his head. Because if you're a Titans fan, you got to be ashamed to show your face these days in Nashville, Tennessee. Are you talking, Sam?
No, it was just nodding along.
Oh, very good. That really works on the radio. Thank you, Sam. I appreciate that.
Theater of the mind.
Mm-hmm. All right, very good. Real quickly, because there are some other... Do you know, Joan, I've been carrying the same 3 stories through the week that I just have not yet gotten to. So I will probably mention them coming up next here on Super Talk 99.7 WTN. President Trump has set America's refugee cap at 7,500 migrants. That is the lowest on record. Now, this happened last night, so we're going to talk about that coming up next here on Super Talk 99.7 WTN. Yes, the Super Text line is open, 615-737-9986. And Joan Jones has the news coming up at 8:30. Joan, what do we got?
Well, Dan.
Oh, good. Phantom of the Opera music.
See? He knew exactly what it was.
Yeah, because it was 2 hours and 15 minutes that I'll never get back.
Oh, my goodness.
Watch
It's
the whole
such
thing
a
just
good
for you.
movie. Do you know what Sam just said to me?
What?
I said, Sam, I want to play the music from Phantom of the Opera. And he said, nobody's going to know what it is. Can you believe that?
Sam. This is terrible. You know what?
I said most people.
I would like to know from the Super Text line how many people actually know. Play that from the beginning.
From the beginning?
Joan.
Okay.
I want to know, and of course, people are going to side with Joan because they like Joan better than me. But But be honest for once, people. Do you know what this is? If somebody played this for you, would you know what this is? That this is the theme song to the worst movie in the history of worst movies?
Oh, my goodness. It was a Broadway play.
There's too much singing. It's a great movie except for the singing.
It's a musical. Hello.
Now, coming up.
Oh, in the news? Gotcha. Scrapping the filibuster is on the line as the government shutdown drags on. Also, why the daughter of a local sheriff was convicted in court yesterday.
Okay.
Those stories coming up here at 8:30 on Super Talk
also
99.7.
coming up during the crisscross handoff,
Yeah.
I am going to, because Sam has been playing his favorite Halloween music all day long. And some of them, I'm going to be honest with you, Sam, you better step it up for next year because your music selections have SUCKED sucked. That's a little bit better. That matches my mood this morning, as a matter of fact. I am going to play my all-time favorite Halloween song coming up during the crisscross handoff. You might be surprised at what it is. Now, longtime listeners to the show might remember I played this years ago, and I wonder if anybody actually remembers. But all
it
that
wasn't this?
No, oddly enough, Joan.
Okay.
Do you know what's so funny? I would actually rather hear more of Hillary Clinton
Oh,
prattling
goodness.
along
Do not say that.
than the
Shut up.
Phantom of the Opera. All right, 8:22, got to go. Got a lot more straight ahead on WTN.
By downloading the Super Talk 99.7 WTN app.
All right, so obviously, Joan, if you're watching the Super Text line, everybody's
Yeah.
siding with Joan Jones.
Of course, because they have good taste.
Is that what it is?
Yes, it's a beautiful musical.
I like one person said it sounded like an intro to an Ozzy song. I actually like that. All right, King and Associates. Dan Mand is here now. Listen, friends, if you need to save money on insurance, check out my friends at King and Associates Insurance. So many of my listeners have reached out and let me know that they've been able to save and save big with King and Associates Insurance. Now, one guy that I know, his 16-year-old daughter got into a car accident, but King and Associates still saved him thousands of dollars when it came time for new insurance. You know, because King and Associates, they understand that life does happen. And as independent agents, and that's really important, as independent agents, King and Associates know that they can find you the best deal for you and your family. They're going to weed out the non-competitive companies and find the best options for you and keeping the communication flawless. Now, they not only know about relationships, they've got the best relationships with the best companies around, but also bundling that home and auto insurance can save you money. They are going to fight for the best deals possible for you. So you owe it to yourself to make that phone call. Tell them Dan told you to reach out. 615-321-8121. 615-321-8121 to find out what the best deal you can get on home and auto as a business, family, or individual. 615-321-8121. tkinginsurance.com.
I'm Brian Scudamore, founder and CEO of 1-800-GOT-JUNK. Our truck team.
Have you? No. All right, so I don't know what Halloween music this is, but it doesn't sound like Halloween music to me.
It's Head Like a Haunted House by Queens of the Stone Age.
Awesome. All right, hey, Joan.
Yes, sir.
First of all, people are still bagging on me for my comments on Phantom of the Opera.
Can I just tell you that I've never seen so many responses in the text line on one single item?
Apparently, I am an uncultured swine.
Yes, you are an uncultured swine.
And our friend Pamela Furr, when I said, it's a great movie except for all the singing, of course, she screams at me in text, it's a musical. I know it's a musical. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. That's all. I was just kidding. Although I did not like the movie. Hey, speaking of wanting to go away, have you noticed that you got all these relics from the old Biden administration and they're all coming back, right? So you've got Cringe Jean-Pierre out there. Hunter Biden's out there squawking, by the way. I don't know if you've noticed that. Jen Psaki, she, of course, circled back, refuses to go away. Kamala Harris is, on a little book tour as well. I need some video here. Did you see what James Carville said?
Oh, yeah, I did.
Listen to what James Carville says.
Well, okay. Yeah, be very clear here. No one that had anything to do with 2024, no Democrat wants to hear from you. Not we all voted for you, okay? Not Hunter Biden, not Harris, not Tim Walz, not the consultants, not anything. The 2024 has left such a lingering bad taste in Democrats. We just get out of the way.
Get out of the way. Go away is what James Carville says. And, of course, that is the one thing that he's actually said that made sense over the past couple of years. 8:30 on Super Talk 99.7 WTN.
Good morning. I'm Joan Jones with your top stories. President Trump in an online post now urging Senate Republicans to scrap the filibuster. That would allow Republicans in the Senate to pass a measure to reopen the federal government with a simple majority instead of the 60 votes that's needed now.
Senate Majority Leader John Thune has warned against this move, saying it could come back to bite Republicans whenever Democrats take power back. Meanwhile, millions of Americans fear their food assistance or SNAP benefits will run out tomorrow as the government shutdown drags on.
ABC's Nicole D'Antonio. Locally, there's no fix for there's no quick fix, make that, for the ruptured water main on Chestnut Street that flooded the area this week. The water has receded, but that fix could take weeks. It's not good news for the people living nearby. This woman spoke to Channel 4.
When I got the message from my property manager that it was being affected, that our building was being affected, I was truly distraught. Luckily, I weren't home to really get the effect on it, but I was really upset.
An update on that. It looks like water's been restored now to homes and businesses nearby. The daughter of a mid-state sheriff convicted of child abuse. Sarah Fusen worked at a daycare in Clarksville in 2023 when she was accused of abusing a toddler. Channel 4's Amanda Hara.
A doctor testified that the child suffered an injury to her skull. Video was also shown in court of Fusen shoving the child in a high chair, which left bruising on the child's arm.
She'll be sentenced in December. Market numbers brought to you by Beacon Capital Management, online at beaconcm.com. Nice start to trading on Wall Street. Dow Jones up 88 right now. NASDAQ gaining 329. S&P 500 index is up 45. That's the latest news, traffic, and weather next. I'm Joan Jones, WTN News.
8:32. All right, you know what, Chris? I'm going to tell people what you just said to me just seconds before I was going to open the mic.
I'm asking Halloween-themed questions.
Are you? Is that what that was?
It was.
We'll talk about that coming up. It's 8:32, Nashville's Morning News. Dan Mandis here, Mark Spain Real Estate. And let me tell you something. This is a great company. You can skip the hassles of a traditional home sale and sell your home quickly with the guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate. No showings, no open houses, and no stress. Now, this is one of the best companies, if not the best real estate companies in America. They've got the #1 most reviewed real estate company in the U.S. Over 13,000 five-star reviews. You can trust my friends to sell your home fast and for maximum profit. Indeed, Mark Spain Real Estate. They were ranked on the Inc. 5000 list of the fastest growing companies in the United States for now the 8th year in a row. They respond fast, and they're one of the most experienced real estate teams here in Nashville and across the country. So if you have found your dream home, but you've got to get out of your current home, call Mark Spain Real Estate, 855-299-SOLD, 855-299-SOLD. Find them online anytime. It is markspain.com to get a guaranteed offer on your home today and start packing.
Okay, so we have a crash in Midtown on Church Street at 19th Avenue North. Watch it on 24 eastbound in Clarksville. It's at Wilma Rudolph Boulevard that you'll find a stalled out vehicle. It had been a fire. That fire is now out. It's to the right shoulder this morning. Thompson Lane and Woodbine at Foster Avenue. Watch for an accident. Traffic every 10 minutes every morning on Super Talk 99.7 WTN.
The truth is out there.
I've heard.
It's certainly not with Hillary Clinton.
No.
That's good music.
The X-Files.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a show that people watch.
One of the original hot redheads.
One of the original hot redheads?
Well, I thought so. Yeah. What was her name? Gillian?
Tia Leone?
No. Oh, my goodness gracious.
No?
No, I forget her name. Whatever. All right. Hey,
Scully, right?
Gillian. Yeah. Anderson. Gillian Anderson? Gillian Anderson?
Oh, Gillian Anderson. Yeah.
Okay. Hold on.
You know she's not really a redhead. She culturally appropriated that hair color.
Did she really?
Yep.
I had no idea. All right, moving right along. So we're talking about best Halloween songs. Now, I don't know if you've done this on your show yet. Have we done this on your show? We haven't done this on
I don't do as hard-hitting of content that you do. There's certain stuff where like I don't want to take too strong of a position.
Is that what it is?
You know, because you're going to alienate a majority of the audience no matter what you
Sure.
decide.
All right.
So I tried to.
Do you have a favorite Halloween song?
Yeah.
What is it?
It would be Thriller.
Thrill. Okay, we played that earlier. All right.
Michael Jackson?
Yeah.
The pedophile?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Okay, that says a lot about you, Chris.
Does it?
You can hate the sinner. You can respect the art.
Really? Pedophilia? Is that what you're going,
Yes.
Sam?
That's not the art. If you're interpreting that as his art, that's on you.
Whatever, man. All right, moving right
There's a
along.
certain type of canvas.
All right, actually,
It's terrible.
For the record, we're piling on. I actually like Michael Jackson and some of his music as well.
There's like 6 good songs.
There are.
Portal is open.
Still a
What
better
was
Super
open?
Bowl halftime show than Bad Bunny.
True, but so is Prince, clearly.
Mm.
Anyway, moving
Didn't
right
he
along.
light his hair on fire on that Super Bowl halftime show?
That was during
Pepsi
a
commercial.
rehearsal
Pepsi commercial.
or something. Yeah,
What was he rehearsing for the halftime show?
I don't know. If only some of us could actually Google this, Sam. All right, hey, real quick. So video is up, Sam. My favorite. This is my favorite Halloween song. You know what this is?
No.
This is a wall, a door thing. You hang this on doors, and then they knock on the door, and Frankenstein starts singing, "Who Can It Be Now?"
This also works with Illegal Aliens and ICE.
Yes. You know what the best part of this? Hold on. The big finish. You know what the best part of this whole thing is? People who are watching, Sam, you can see this. People who are watching on Super Talk TV can see what I've been dealing with all day,
What's that?
which is server execution failed.
What?
Right
Is that
there.
what it says?
Yeah, that's what it
Read
says.
that. Yeah.
I've been battling computer stuff all day. Don't know why, but I have, and it's all good. It's all good. You
It's
know why?
because you diss the tech department.
I did not diss the tech department. I'm not that dumb.
That's what happens when you do that.
You dropping diss tracks on them?
No, I'm not doing anything like that. I've been very nice, actually. I'm very appreciative that they have fixed whatever was. Okay, look, I came on the air today. I said it is a Halloween miracle. I've got cable TV in the studio,
And it's CNN.
and it's well, yeah, there's that.
I think that's very tongue-in-cheek, Dan.
Oh, is that what that was?
Yeah.
So Scott Desjardins. Now, did you hear the Scott Desjardins thing? Oh,
I
by
did.
the way,
I saw it too.
so
And I heard you saying that you were trying to up your game.
yeah. Well, you know what? I mean, it's because of you.
So I came in and I asked Dan a Halloween themed question.
Yeah.
Yeah, what was it?
What was the question? Right, just seconds before I'm supposed to go on the air.
He's about to do a commercial. And I said, "Who do you think was better eye candy for the internet, Desjardins or Blackburn?"
Anyway,
Okay. I would not.
We're not going to do a Dan's daily poll.
no, we're not going to do a Dan's daily poll.
Have you been doing the daily polls?
You know what?
People, because I keep getting these emails and they're wondering they haven't seen your poll in a while.
Oh my goodness.
I would love a piece of that wood. So anyway, Congressman Scott Desjardins. Did you hear his joke at my expense?
Yes, I did.
Did you catch it?
Yes, he's a savage.
So he, I have not listened to this yet, so I don't know the setup, how much you included. But we're talking about something about toilets, and
Well, because you do your Zintex ads.
yeah, and you get a free Kohler toilet if you mention WTN with your purchase.
Yeah.
So then somehow it got to this.
First of all, Dan, how do I get a Dan Mandis toilet? I was listening to your ads, and I thought that'd be really fun to have a Dan Mandis toilet.
You know what? It is so classic that Zintex, so appropriate that Zintex is giving away a toilet with a purchase because, you know, when you think of Dan Mandis in Nashville's Morning
Yeah,
News.
I need to go take a Dan.
Oh man, Dan. I'm sorry.
That was funny.
If only Dr. Adrian Battle's plumbing job had called Zintex to get that free
exactly
Kohler toilet.
right. Did you hear what so you know Dr. Adrian Battle, the
Yes. Metro Nashville.
School Board Director.
Tyrant.
Well, you know what we're calling her now? The Queen Bee.
Oh.
And I'll let you people figure out what the bee means. Because we had a whole thing earlier. But
she likes Beyonce.
$165,000 remodel so that she could have her own bathroom in her office, even though there is a bathroom within like a couple of steps of the door of her office.
Does she not want to go in that one because they're allowing men dressed as women to go into that one?
You know what? Knowing the Democrats, probably. I don't know. But she won't answer questions about it. That's number one. Shocker. And number two is that it was part of like a whole big remodel, I guess. But here's my question. Did they remodel all of the, that floor or whatever so that she could specifically have her own bathroom in her office?
Maybe.
And I don't know who's happy. Who do you think's happier? Her coworkers, because they don't have to use the same bathroom as Adrian Battle, or Adrian Battle herself? I don't know. But $165,000. I said earlier, you can actually buy a home in like Clarksville for $165,000.
Really?
Yeah. Now people were trying to fact check me on that. So when I say home, I mean like
4 walls and a roof,
or like a modular.
Okay.
Like a what do you call those?
Manufactured homes.
Manufactured homes. Thank you. Yeah. So anyway, there
one of the homes that you can get off Amazon. Have you seen those?
Mm-mm.
You can like buy a house off Amazon. You just pop it into place.
You like an IKEA?
Yeah.
Kind of a thing.
Oh yeah.
You just put together a home. Just put it up like Legos.
You just unfold it. Yep.
I had no idea. How big are they? Are they any good?
They look decent enough.
Would you live in one?
No, but if I had the property, I would get one for like a studio in the back.
Yeah.
I totally want. I've been obsessed because Clayton Homes. I endorse them. I went to go look at Clayton Homes in Davidson, in Dixon County, and they're really these are nice. Like I've told the story. My dad used to live in a the nice thing to say.
It's a modular home.
Or manufactured.
Manufactured or modular, yeah.
My dad lived in a trailer.
Which is what they really are.
My dad lived in a trailer.
Was he down by a river?
No, he was kind of more in the hood.
Okay.
But because in Los Angeles, the hood is like everywhere. So
you just actually have to be in the city.
Yeah, that's exactly right. So I've told the story. My dad divorced, huge fire, loses everything, right? So he ends up having to live in a trailer. And it was an awful trailer. It was like a used trailer at that. So, I theoretically, I could say that I come from, I'm not going to say trailer trash. I'm not going to say that. But my dad lived in that thing for a couple of years. It was a really bad time for him. But, some of these modular homes today, they are incredible. Like I would absolutely live in one.
Some of them are adorable.
Some of them are adorable. If you had, that's so now I'm like obsessed over buying land, right? So I'm like, okay, I could buy some land. Not that I'm not happily, living where I'm at and all that, but if you bought a piece of land and put like a Clayton Homes on there or a barn dominium kind of a thing, you could do really well. And it's. Land, though, is now so incredibly expensive that it's a little more difficult these days than it was before. But
the text line is going crazy saying, a couple people, you guys haven't heard of Sears Homes? You used to be able to order them.
Do you remember that?
From the Sears catalog and it'd be delivered
Sears
by rail.
Homes?
Yes.
No, I'd never heard of that.
Early 1900s.
Really?
You get it delivered right to your door via train.
Yep.
Are people fact-checking us on modular homes?
I don't know.
It's a modular home. Is there a difference between like a modular home and a trailer? Well, yeah, there is.
Yeah, so modular homes can come in pieces.
Okay.
So they have like half the home and then the other half of the home, and they put them together. A lot of times, log cabins are actually built that way.
Yes.
That, I believe, is a modular home where a mobile home.
That's what my dad lived in, a mobile home.
Is on a trailer that becomes affixed to the ground.
Yes. That thing was a piece of junk too, man.
Either way, in the path of a tornado, it's toast.
Trailer, yes. We didn't have
Modular homes, no.
modular homes,
are-
no. Trailers, yes. Luckily, we didn't have a lot of tornadoes in California. But yeah, like I could see an earthquake. I said this to my dad one time. I can see an earthquake happening, and the walls just start collapsing, to the ground.
Oh, yeah.
That's how this thing was.
Yeah, you
So,
weren't worried about tornadoes. You were worried about the ground shaking.
You know what? My dad said? My dad said, "Well, son, the good news is nobody's going to steal it." That's what he said. It was very
He had
funny.
a good attitude about it.
That's hilarious.
He did. I want to be respectful of people that live in trailers, but I mean, he was like, it was an awful time. Anyway, moving right along. So,
Speaking of remodels, did you see the Cracker Barrel joke that happened on the internet?
no.
So Wall Street Bets posted a tweet, said, "Did you see the new remodel on the White House?" And it was a Photoshop picture, and there's a Cracker Barrel attached to the East Wing.
Oh, that is awesome.
Cracker Barrel quote tweets it and adds the comment, "I don't think you want us anywhere near a remodel."
Isn't that so funny that they would do that?
A+ for the PR team.
Yes.
And just like that, everybody forgives Cracker Barrel.
Okay, so now I'm like obsessed over the super text line. Y'all are wrong about everything
Oh,
y'all
that-
are saying about modular homes.
Oh, you could have stopped it. Y'all are wrong about everything.
Yeah,
that
2714.
That tracks.
It's fine. It's all good. I'm going to tell you though, Chris, I'm a little disappointed in you.
Tell me why.
Well, Chad Benson, he went all in on the clown makeup or whatever that was that he was wearing yesterday.
I saw.
And you didn't wear anything.
No. You didn't either.
Oh, I don't need to. I'm scary enough. Just, That's how I look on a daily basis.
That is according to the YouTube chat as well.
Yeah. Well, according to Scott Desjardins, I just need to be plopped down into a toilet. Taking a Dan. So, yeah, that's pretty funny,
That
actually.
was really rude, Scott Desjardins, to say that.
Do you know what? Here's the thing. I love that he did. Because that's very funny. But here's my question. So, Chad, yesterday,
Yes.
on the 30th,
He's all in. Well,
Where the clown
the
stuff.
day before, he dressed like a shark.
he dressed like a shark.
Yes.
Is he dressing today again?
Oh,
Like
yeah.
ba- like Baby Shark?
I've heard. Do. I've heard.
So he's going to wear, so today is going to be like the
third installment.
The third installment, the crescendo,
The
if you will.
crescendo, yes. Oh, music.
Anyway, did you know Phantom of the Opera? Have we gone through this?
Yeah.
You hated it too, right?
Yeah, I'm not a fan.
There you go.
Uncouth. Both of you.
Whatever.
I'm okay with that though. I'm okay with being uncouth. At the age of 57, okay, that's fine. By the way, people are earlier today. I kind of stopped doing it toward the end, but I've been saying the Gets Dark time.
The what now?
The Gets Dark.
See.
The Gets Dark time. It's going to get dark tonight at 5:55 when the kids go out trick or
Also
treating.
known as sundown.
Yeah.
What's so hard about that?
It's the sunset.
Okay, what did we taught in broadcasting school, which I flunked out, by the way. But what did we learn in broadcasting school? You speak on the radio how you would speak in real life.
Conversationally.
Thank you. So
I've never heard somebody use that in a conversation.
Never.
what time does the sun go down? What time is it going to get dark? What time is it going to get dark? What time
is
can we
sunset?
go?
But you can't answer a question of what time is it going to get dark with it gets dark, it gets dark time.
Gets dark time is 5:55. That's what time it's going to get dark. Gets dark time is 5:55.
It's not a real thing.
When you ask people about the past, do you go, so in the before 4 times?
I think you need to put your bag back on your head.
Shut up.
That's terrifying.
You really don't get the gets dark time?
No, I don't like it.
I've been doing it all day.
Why?
Now it's a fine time to tell me that I was shanking the entire show.
Where did that come from?
Right here, man. Right up here on the noggin.
But is this something that you've used?
Today.
Just today?
Today.
And then you're trying to make it seem like people use this all the time?
They use it all the time. At least they will now. You know what? Go home and say to your significant other, hey, what's the get dark time? What's the get dark time today?
My wife is going to think I'm having a stroke.
Gets dark. What's the gets dark time? What time is it going to get dark? I thought it was good.
Gets dark when the sun goes to bed, guys.
You know
What do you
what?
say for sun up?
What time is the get light time?
Thank you. That's exactly right, Sam.
In common English, people would ask, what time does it get dark? Or what time is sunset? The phrasing, what's the get dark time, is not a standard English expression.
You wanted him to Google things, Dan.
Somebody take Grok away from Sam, please.
Wendy says Mandis is talking in California again.
Oh, that's funny. That is funny. Well, 6761 says, you morons. It's a Southern thing. We all say it for decades. Really?
They're born and raised here and never heard that till today.
6256. It's called sunset, effing Neanderthals. Well,
what do you want from me, man? I didn't like Phantom of the Opera. Except he was fine, except for all the singing.
Wasn't he going after like an underage girl the whole time?
No.
Oh, my goodness. Grooming? Really, Joan?
It's not grooming. She was his student all those years.
Oh,
that
has nothing to do with grooming, Joan.
She's an adult now. He was grooming.
That's how grooming works, Joan.
That's what makes it so much better, Joan.
He was helping her to sing.
Is that
not my household.
Is that
not my neighborhood.
Is that what they call it now, Joan?
Yeah.
He'll probably defend Emmanuel Macron and his 90-year-old wife, too.
Oh, my goodness, you guys.
You know, I wonder if Emmanuel Macron's wife had a vasectomy like I did.
Ask Candace Owens.
I'm not going nuts.
We got to go. Joan, what's happening in the news at 9?
Okay, so coming up here, federal funds for SNAP benefits ends at midnight. Where to go if you'd like to help out. Also, the Sumner County Library Board voted on transgender books last night. We'll tell you how that went. We've got those stories and more coming up here at 9 o'clock on Super Talk 99.7 WTN.
Thank you, Joan. 8:55. And by the way, I've got a solution to the situation out there in Rutherford County with the libraries.
It's Sumner County.
Sumner County Libraries. Riley Gaines, she's popular enough that her vote counts as 2.
There you go.
Can you call her? Can you call her and tell her that was my idea?
I'll send her a text right now.
Maybe she'll come on my show.
Maybe
she'll appear on everybody else's show but mine. I think probably
it's too early.
Is that what it is?
Nobody.
I'm trying not to take it personally.
She's a new mom. She's probably up.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
If we catch her at the right time, we can get the baby crying.
So maybe it's not about time.
Tell her you don't start until the get light time.
All right, Chris, what's coming up? Because I've got to brace myself.
You have to read.
Yeah, I got to read this.
We'll talk about the terror attack that was thwarted in Dearborn, Michigan.
Shocking.
Nobody could have ever seen something like that coming.
Yeah.
I swear. We'll talk about Hakeem Jeffries getting a new nickname from Charlemagne. We've called him Timu Obama, but Charlemagne has come up with an even better nickname for Hakeem Jeffries.
Hakeem Jeffries actually looks like Frankenstein.
He does.
If you put a couple of bolts right here,
they should have gone with that. He's a little bit upset because the White House put out a trick-or-treating video with him getting a sombrero from the president.
All right, we got to go. Hurry up.
So we'll do all that and more.
Spooky season. Do not be tricked. Let the home experts at Busy Bee Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling treat your family right. We won't ghost you. Join the Beehive Club for free. Just carve a pumpkin of Buzz the Bee, post it on social media, tag Busy Bee, and that's all you got to do. Show off your carving skills and get rewarded. If you need HVAC service, schedule your fall HVAC maintenance and get a free dryer vent cleaning. That is a $229 value. If you got plumbing problems, they'll flush your water heater for free with any plumbing repair. Call them 615-775-7833, 615-775-7833, online, busybeehvac.com. Oh, my God, I started having an allergy attack, right as I started reading that.
Hey, look at this.